gorilla stomping in a zoo. Check the vocals, animals gather right.
Hey everybody, and welcome back for another video. This is actually going to be an installation video now, and a kind of a follow-up for a previous lawn care video. So in our previous lawn care video you saw me put lime and fertilizer on the front lawn there. Anyways, it turned out that it worked a bit too good. I've been mowing it regularly, but the rate of growth with all the rain we've been getting lately and just the lushness of the grass, the thickness, it's just not breaking down enough in between cuttings. So we're ending up with a lot of thatch laying on top of the grass, and it's not really small enough clumps for the wind to take it and carry it away. So as a result, we're having these clumps sitting on the grass, and it's killing the grass underneath by smothering it and blocking out the sun. So I thought about a mulching kit, but I've had mixed reviews from what I've seen, and my neighbor actually has the mulching kit. And for this mower, the D140, it's actually a mulching plug. It just kind of blocks up the outlet. The blades aren't any different, and he's kind of 50-50 on if it's actually doing anything. So what I've decided is to go big and do it properly. And what I got here today, if I can get it over here, is a rear bagger system. It's a bit below the camera view there right now. Here we go. Alright, so I just went to Home Depot, picked this one up. Relatively pricey. In Canada you're looking at around the $500 mark. But hopefully it'll pay off in the long run. It'll probably be a little bit extra work having to empty out the bags, especially where I'm mowing, you know, about an acre of grass. So it'll be a little bit of that, but I'm also starting a compost pile, so at least this will feed that compost pile quite nicely. So with all that said, I'm going to show you a few views of what I'm dealing with as far as the thatch and dead grass on top of the lawn, and we'll get to the installation and then finally use the product. Alright, so no further ado, I'll get outside and show you some of the mess that we're dealing with as far as the grass. Alright everyone, so as you see, this is my front lawn, and it's just massive amounts of grass here, okay? Very thick clumps. And this is even after drying. This has been drying the past couple of days. It's been nice. So you see what we have here. Just big clumps of dry grass. And the grass is already getting a little bit long. You know, it's almost ready for another cutting. And this is what I'm being left with, okay? So I get some areas similar to this right here, alright, where the previous thatch has just sat there and pretty much killed the grass below. Or at least robbed it of its sunlight and browned it and caused damage. Alright, so multiple areas like that all around. Anywhere where the clumps stayed around for any length of time. Especially out here towards the front. It gets a bit thicker out here, so you see, you know, brown spots like that where it was before. And here you can even see some thatch still lingering around, even though I mowed over it again. Alright, see, these are some of the worst spots here. Alright, like this is just matted thatch, right? It's just dried, caked right in there. So, you know, all the effort of fertilizing and liming doesn't really help if the overgrowth ends up being your problem. So hopefully the bagger will be a good solution and we'll fix this problem. Alright, so we'll get to unboxing the bagger. Now with that being said, there's really not much unboxing because the wind in the back of the truck actually unboxed it for us on the way home. So, it's pretty much just going to be a removal from the box. And see what we got. Alright, so we got a couple of chutes. Alright, I think this one goes into the actual bagging system on the back. This one that goes into the mower deck. It's right there. And we got a little bit of metal framing, bags. Another bag. They actually give us 3 high lift blades, but I'm just going to be leaving the blades on that I have on there. I'm not getting into switching these out again. Other than that, we have a little bit of framing, a little bit of wrap, and more framing. Alright, and then the cover for the actual bagger itself. Alright, so I'll lay all this out and we'll get to the installation. To begin installation, this is the hopper top. Okay, I got it upside down on a piece of cardboard here to protect the little screen from getting scratched up too bad. And it comes with this little screen here. So I'm just following the directions in the user guide, okay? So this is not me knowing anything special here, okay? We're just following the directions. And I'm going to place that down in the end with the chute hole. And this is going to be a screen that prevents stuff from flying outside of the hopper and spilling out to areas that it's not supposed to. They give you 3 zip ties, and there's little tabs here with holes already pre-drilled in them, and you just line it all up and zip tie it in place. Alright, so here are the tabs that I was talking about, the pre-drilled holes in them. So I started from the back side relative to where I am. I go under the screen and then I come back through this kind of slotted opening right here in the screen. Come back through there. Alright, haul that through. Not fully cinching it down just yet. Going to do the same thing on the side over here. Through, around the screen, back through the hole. That's the 3rd one done, okay? So I'm just going to lay it up against the tabs. And now we'll cinch it down. There we are. The screen is good and solid. There we are. So that's step number 1 complete. Alright, so next step is going to be getting the mounting bracket ready for the hopper, which is this big piece here. Alright, so the side with all the holes is going to be your upward side, and you're going to be mounting this bracket here the small holes. And you'll know that this silver bracket is in the right place because this is going to be going downwards into the holes on the back of the mower. So you'll know that this is the upright position and this is upright position, so both of it together is now in the upright position. Alright, so I'll get the bracket hardware for that, which is this small black little clamp. The two tail ends of that fit into the slot here and close down over this bar. And we got a bolt, washer, and nut to go in this slot here. Alright, so you're going to insert the bolt like so. Washer. And this is actually a lock nut as well. Alright, so I'm just going to go get a socket to make sure that's snugged up, and we'll be right back. Alright, got my socket. This ended up being a 13 mil socket. I'll try to keep the back flush in and tighten it down. Alright, so there's still a bit of play in this, but a little bit more resistance now that it's tightened up. Alright, so that's that step complete. Let's go on to the next. Alright, so next on the list is another piece for this mounting bracket. And it's going to be on this upper part right here. And in the instructions they call this a latching rod. So basically it fits in this position here. Bolt, as indicated in the directions, goes in there. And again, washer and lock nut. The only difference is this bolt doesn't have a squared back which goes into a recess, so you're actually going to have to support both sides. Alright, and I'll get my other sockets. Both 13 mils. There we are, so it ends up like so. On to the next step. Alright, so next step in the list is to get this mounting bracket onto the hopper top. Alright, so we'll get this situated as it belongs, which is like this. You got your two rounded points for a screw, and then this flattish plate goes to the back. Put it down like such. Get your screw put through, just like that. And again, get my two sockets. I'm going to take my extension off actually. I'll get the nuts started. We're not going to overdo it on the tightness on this one. As long as it's secure, we're good. Alright, Alright, so that is mounted. Alright, I think we're getting pretty close to putting the hopper onto the mower, but we'll see what the next direction is. Alright, so next step is indeed to put this hopper onto the mower. So, get this opened up and flipped over. So now the two tail ends right here go into two slots here on the back of the mower. So and then our metal bar goes down into two small holes on the mower like so. And then you got this little rod here. It's going to go through to make sure it's all supported properly and locked in place. And a little locking clip. Like so. Alright, so nice and secure. Now we do have a little issue with this hopper top. I think it might be backwards. So I'll switch that around and see if that gives us a better result. So hopefully this is not like opening an umbrella in your house for any bad luck. Alright, that's much better. Alright, so next on the list is to get the bags installed. So we got a left and a right, and their mounting brackets will show you which is which. But basically you got this little D-ring shape here. You got a little locking tongue up there. Alright, pretty much like so. Okay. Same with this one. In and over. And then that'll close down over them like so. And these should seal in these grooves. There we go. And then you get your little retaining strap, and there you have it. At this point in time, we are now 2 pieces away from having our assembly complete. So this is the mower deck collection chute, and to install that you're going to lift up your current chute along with the metal guard here. And you got a pin here that's going to slot into the leg, or the wheel, little hole on the wheel here. And then there's a little bungee cord to hold that in place. So get that fit in there proper. this is definitely the harder aspect of the install. It's been taking a little bit of finagling so far. So once you get it seated down in this track, that makes it a lot easier so far. And then the job is to stretch this bungee in place then. And another one on the back. Alright, so for anyone else out there who might be used to doing a exhaust spring on a skidoo or something, this is an old method here. You put your string inside and you use that for your leverage, like so. So that one's in place, and there's one more on the back, and then the lower chute will be in place. Alright, so this rear bungee doesn't really have as obvious a place to go as the other did. So I'm just going to try and aim for this angle right here and see if that plays out okay. It's a bit of a distance for us. And there we are. That's the lower chute in place. One more piece and we're done. Alright, final piece is our join pipe from the bottom chute into the bagging hopper. This is relatively easy. Push it into the hole, down onto this tube. Line up a little slot with this bolt here. Get your bungee down around and done. That's it. Assembly complete. So there you have it. Final installation. That's the look of it. Everything seems to be in place. So we're ready to use this now. Go see how much this can hold, how fast it fills up, and how effective it is at getting that grass off of the front lawn there, as well as the rear eventually. And the grass is nice and dry, so it should pick up okay. I would like to think so anyways. And so that's what this next test is going to be all about. I'll start collecting the grass on the front lawn and we'll see how effective it is. Alright, be with you in a flash. Alright, so that was about probably 5 passes or so up and down the lawn. As you might have seen, picking up the grass excellently. Barely leaving anything behind. Anything that is left behind, definitely mulchable, is going to fall down between the grass blades and not cause any troubles. So I want to check the bags now and see how much those 5 passes, I'd say probably about 20% of the lawn done in those few passes. So let's see what that did in terms of filling up the bags. And I'll show you a little bit closer as well the result of bagging. Alright, so let's open up the bagger and see how we did. Alright, so let's take you up here and show you. So we still got some room left in this bag here, but this is excellent. I filled that left bag first to avoid any clogging or anything like that, and now it's pouring back into this right bin. So probably one more pass, that'll be full, and then we'll go dump those out and continue on. Alright, just going to show you the difference now between bagged and not bagged. Alright, that is a night and day difference. This is going to end up with a healthy lawn, and this is going to end up with brown patches. So we have all this to do. We're going to do another pass or so, and then we'll go empty the bags, and we'll continue on from there. Alright everybody, so this is what it looks like for an acre of land, pretty much just under an acre of land, so an acre minus the house and garage. This is the amount of grass that was sitting on top of my other grass and causing those brown spots and just lack of sunlight and nutrients to the soil. So as you can see, this is an awful lot of biomatter to just wait and hope that it breaks down and fits between the grass. It needed to be removed. Alright, so here it is in all its glory, a big teepee or igloo of grass, and I'll give you guys a final shot now of how the lawn looks now that this is removed. Alright everybody, so that's going to conclude today's video of the John Deere rear bagger for a 48-inch mowing deck. Overall, I think it's great. I think you've seen it, I've seen it, I experienced it. Excellent results. I did learn a couple of tips and tricks along the way, and you will as well. But just to get you ahead of the curve, definitely mow with the bagger. You want to be mowing dry grass, okay? Even a little bit of moisture gives you that risk of clogging, and I had a couple of clogs along the way, and how I got rid of those, I just opened up the mid piece of the chute, dug out whatever I could with my arm, ran the blades while sitting on the mower and shaking the lower collection tube, and eventually it ejected whatever contents were in there. As well, you don't really want to get to full, okay, because that's going to lead you to those clogs. You kind of want your second bag to be about 3/4 full or just above when you go to dump it out. So you can reach back with your right hand and feel the bag and see where it is. It's kind of an easy gauge of how full the bag is, and it'll help you know when to catch it before it gets absolutely full and clogs that side pipe. Because once that side pipe is clogged, you will have to break it down in the middle and reach in and haul that contents out to get it blowing through again. But overall, it's pretty easy, okay? The effects on the lawn is night and day, alright? I mowed this grass on a Thursday, and now I'm bagging it on a Saturday. That was pretty much the perfect amount of time for the grass to dry and be ready to bag very easily, creating this massive mound behind me. And yeah, so I hope you learned something, hope it helps you. I hope it helps you in a decision if you're wondering whether or not to buy one of these. I think when used properly and under the right circumstances, it's a no-brainer. It's a bit expensive, $500 here in Canada, but it was worth it to me. And I hope this video was worth it to you. So until the next video, hope you're happy, hope you're healthy, take care of each other, peace out.